Good morning. Sorry I haven't checked in so long. It's just been crazy here, and the weekends are hard. I think I've said that before, but they just are. My kids get off from school this Thursday, so I'm going to have to make a real effort to vlog when they're home because I guess I'm just going to have to get over them constantly interrupting. Or maybe I can just lock myself in my room for 5 minutes. I don't know. I'll try something. They're done with school Thursday. Let's see. The last time I vlogged was last Thursday. So I didn't Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. I'm sorry. Yesterday was an interesting day for our family. A sweet day and a sad day. One of those bittersweet type days. My daughter had her little kindergarten graduation ceremony last night. My husband did that since he's the principal, and it was sweet, although it was packed. We have like 220, I think, kindergartens, so it's a huge, huge group of kids, but and a huge, huge group of family members watching the kids. But it was sweet, and I enjoyed it. I can't believe she's done with kindergarten. I don't know why your child coming out of kindergarten is any different than my older one coming out of fifth, but kindergarten is just special. We had a special teacher. I love her. I'm going to miss it. She probably doesn't know how much she's going to miss it because she hasn't seen the rest of school. So, but anyway, so that happened. And right before we left to go to kindergarten graduation, my husband got a phone call for his new job. So that part is over. He is going to be at a high school. He is no longer going to be, he's the principal of my daughter's, of an elementary school, but really he has just not loved that. That was his fourth year, and the administration over him has made it very difficult with a lot of law changes. Basically, we've had to cut anything that's not instructional, and I get that to a degree, but we're losing something in education. We really are. We're losing something special, and when we cut out the things that make it feel like a family. So that happened this year, and my husband decided if it was going to be all instruction, then he wanted to be high school where there's men, because of course elementary school is all women, and he loves that, but like he said, by the end of the day, he was done with words. He didn't have any left for me. So that part might be good. But anyway, it's been very bittersweet because I know today he's going to announce at school that he's leaving. And I have to be there today because I'm hosting a luau party for the kindergarten class. So I don't know. I love this family of teachers. They have truly become a family to us. And, like I said, we have to make the decision whether our kids are staying there. I think they probably will. But it's just, they're going to be sad, and that makes me sad. It's kind of like up until this point, I've been able to pretend like it's not happening. But that phone call made it official. It's happening. He's going to a high school. I think he'll be happy there. His roles will change, and he will be surprisingly a lot busier, even as an assistant principal, because it comes with all the high school responsibilities, the high school sports. He'll be athletic director. They do split the sports, but he still will be really busy. But anyway, I'm happy for him because he's happy, and he's just relieved that he has something and that he's out of this pressure cooker he's been in for past couple years. So I really do think God is blessing us this way. I'm just not I'm not super adaptable to change, I guess. So, and of course, I loved him being there with my children, and I love that school. It's an amazing school. So anyway, I'll just have to find a way to get active there in other ways. He's never let me be on the PTO because he's the principal, so now maybe I can be on the PTO since it won't be such a conflict of interest. But anyway, as far as my weight loss goes, let's see, last Thursday. Okay, on Friday, that Thursday, last time I vlogged, I had a 1.5 loss. it tends to be my tendency to have a gain after a larger loss, a small gain, and that was the case on the 28th day, my VLCD 28. I had a 0.5 gain, and then on VLCD 29, I had another 1.5 loss, which I thought was really good. That brought me to 21.5. So I was happy with that with VLCD 29. And then on VLCD 30, Sunday, had a goose egg. Again, I was just happy it was not a gain because, like I said, I tend to have a bigger loss than a gain, a bigger loss than a gain. A VLCD 31, which was yesterday, I had a goose egg. And a VLCD 32, which is today, I had a goose egg. So, I do know there's a huge extra thing going on, and that's Tom. He showed up late yesterday. So, you know, I expected either a gain or a possible stall, and I am looking at a 3-day stall, so that's not surprising. Of course, I watch Kim's videos, and I start to worry, is this going to turn into a 10-day stall? But I am going to take inspiration from her and just keep on doing what I'm supposed to be doing, no cheating, just staying on top of things. That's my plan. I'm almost at the end of this round, and I don't want to finish it messing up. So it is what it is. So I'm just going to try to use her as an inspiration and just do what I'm supposed to do. At least that's my goal. Also, I do wonder too, Saturday we went out on the boat. You'll be proud of me. I got in a bathing suit. I played with my kids. I jumped in the water. I had fun. I really am starting to let some of that go a little bit. That's a big deal for me. That is a big switch in my mentality with my kids. So that was our first time out on our boat. I did have one little issue. I had to use sunscreen. It was baking that day, and I thought I had some oil-free sunscreen. We didn't. We were on the boat. It was just poor planning, and I had to use it. There was zero shade. So I did. So that might have been part of my Saturday stall because Tom was still a couple of days out. I guess I do need to buy oil-free sunscreen. And somebody mentioned Neutrogena on somebody else's. Is that a good one? I need to go do that today, actually. Because we're going to be back out in the sun this weekend. And I am fair-skinned. I do tan, but I wear sunscreen all the time. So I need some oil-free sunscreen. So I was proud of myself. And then Sunday, we do a little small group with another church. We don't go to this church, but this little group has become like a family to us. It's just a small group of friends. And I think I've told y'all nobody except my dad really has noticed that I've lost weight. And he was the one who was kind of anxious that I gained weight. He just never embarrassed, just kind of, I know he knew I wasn't happy. But anyway, he's noticed, but nobody else. My husband, a little bit. We went to this small group, and all of a sudden, like, everybody asked. And I don't know, I was kind of surprised because nobody's asked so far, so I didn't know what to say. And I didn't really tell them what I was doing, but low calorie, eating right, organic, blah, blah, blah. I've got to decide how much I'm going to tell people. Reaction to the few people I've told has been good, but I've been very selective about who I've told. I've only told people I know that will support me. So I don't know if I'm going to share yet exactly what it is, unless I feel like somebody who would benefit from it. But anyway, they're all happy for me, and that was a neat experience just to have people say, hey, you've lost some weight. And I was like, yeah, I have. And people were asking, and I could say it was 21 pounds, which sounds huge, and it is. It's quite an accomplishment when you're trying to lose 60 or 70 pounds. Of course, in my mind, I'm like, well, I got a long ways to go, but thrilled to death that somebody noticed and had nice things to say. So overall, it's been a really good weekend, I'm feeling more confident. Like I said, we got out on the boat, put on my swimsuit, swam in the water. Oh, yesterday at kindergarten graduation, I not only allowed but initiated like 4 or 5 pictures with my daughter. And again, I know you don't know me, but I haven't taken pictures in a couple years because my face just is so large, and that's changing a little bit. So anyway, I see a lot of emotional and um, inner changes with me as well as the outer, and I'm hugely grateful to HCG for that. That may be worth more than anything, but I'm not going to make this hugely long. I'm already at 10 minutes, so I hope you're all having a good morning. Hope you're losing. Hope you're maintaining. Um, just hope you're having a good one. I'll let you know how the announcement goes with our school. Talk to you tomorrow.